Hello and welcome back to Knitting with Betty. I am Betty and today I am in my bedroom. I was going to film this outside because we've been having some sunny weather in the UK and you kind of have to grab any opportunity you can if there's sunny weather in the UK to go outside and enjoy the sunshine because you don't know how long it's going to last. But it's actually gone a little bit cloudy. It's sort of sunny patches, so I didn't want to be too cold outside, and it's quite noisy outside anyway, so I don't know if it was going to work anyway. But so I'm back in my bedroom and I'm updating you. So can you believe it's March already? I can't believe, well, I can believe how fast February went. So February is always a short month, isn't it? But it seems to have gone particularly fast this year, as last year went quite quickly actually. But yeah, so it's been a whole month since I did my last video. So I thought I would do a little catch up with you. There's not been too much going on. There was one thing that I thought I'd tell you about January, which was very exciting. So my birthday month is January, and it's always really miserable because everyone's broke from Christmas. It's always rainy. Nobody really wants to do anything in January because they're all broke and a bit festived out. So, but this year, my birthday weekend coincided with the Shepton Mallet Flea Market, and this is something that I've been meaning to go to for absolutely ages and just have never got round to it. It's a massive flea market in Shepton Mallet at the Bath and Weston, which is like a showground where they do all the country shows and stuff. And it's like a massive area full of antique stalls and all sorts, and I've never got round to going to it. But so this year I was like, right, for my birthday, that's what I want to do. I want to go to Shepton Mallet Flea Market. And yeah, it was good fun. So I got a few things there. I don't know what I've done with the buttons that I bought. So I found lots of vintage buttons that would be useful for knitting. I don't know where I've put them. Were they in my handbag? Where would I have put them? I don't know. But I did get a picnic set, which is rather exciting, so I thought I'd show you that first. So I've been wanting one of these for ages. It is a Brexton picnic set. So these are quite hefty items. They are picnic sets from, I think, sort of the 1950s to 60s. And they're rather fabulous. I've seen other people using them on the gram, and I've always wanted one. So here it is. Oh, God. Show it to you. So it's a proper picnic set with real china cups and saucers, and it's got a couple of flasks and some bottles for milk and whatnot, and a sandwich box and some cutlery up here. So I'll show you the little pattern on it. So isn't that cute? There we go, that's better. More of a pattern on that. And here's the saucers. So look how well made this is. It's you get 6 cups and 6 saucers. Oops, which is quite generous, I feel. Or is it only 4 cups? Maybe they're tea plates. No, it's only 4 cups, so it's tea plates. 2 tea plates and 4 cups and saucers. Or 4, no, let's start again. Get 4 cups and saucers and 4 tea plates. That's what it is. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Isn't that so cute? No proper china. So when you go on a picnic, it can be nice and posh. So let's pop that back. So let's see what the tea plates are. So this one's only got 3 tea plates, unfortunately. So well made that you can't actually get them out. I think it's just not being used, so it's quite stiff. I'll try and get a tea plate out. Don't want to break anything. Give me 5, guys. We got there in the end. It's not even one of the set. Oh no, they've cheated me. They've got these plates instead of ones from the actual tea set. Let's see if they've got one in the box. Oh, they've got one. So that's actually a saucer. And they've got a tea strainer. And then you've got your thermoses. So that's your thermos. So you can have your tea or your soup if you want to bring soup on a picnic. I just thought it was so lovely. So that I'll be using that in the summer, hopefully, if we get some good weather, to have a nice picnic. So that is that. Let's pop them the nice way round so you can see them. So actually, thinking about it, it's probably just 4 cups and saucers rather than having a like sandwich plate. There we go. Ooh. It's so stiff because it's probably never been used. This is crazy how to do it up. Done it. So I might have to like wear this in because it's so stiff. There we go, that one's a bit easier this side. Let's pop this in. Maybe that's why it's this way around, so that they fit in more easily. Yeah, makes sense. So yeah, nice little lunch box came with it, and these probably didn't come with the actual set, but it's got some knives and some cloths and things. So yeah, that was my bargain buy from the day. Did I buy anything else? I know I bought buttons, but did I buy anything else big? Can't remember now. Let me show you the lunchbox. It's quite a nice big lunchbox. So there you have it. That is the Brixton picnic set, and you can get these in all sorts of sizes. You could get bigger ones with like 6 cups and saucers and like more than 1 lunchbox in, but this is big enough for me. And it's quite heavy, so like with food in it as well, it's going to be quite cumbersome to take to the park. But I suppose people used to go out in their cars, didn't they, and like go for a drive and then just sit up on a verge somewhere in the countryside and have a picnic by their car, so they probably didn't have to take it very far. But yeah, I thought it was a bit of fun, so I bought that with my birthday money. So that was January. On to February now. It's been a very quiet month, so I've been concentrating on getting my website up and running. I've started my mailing list, which if you've joined, you should get your free pattern. Details down below. So if you sign up to my mailing list, you'll get a gorgeous free pattern for Fair Isle gloves, just as a little thank you from me. And I've been just updating people sort of quite regularly, actually, because I'm bored. Every week I've been just updating people about what's new on the website. So I've been adding lots of new patterns because I didn't have that many patterns through my shop in Etsy, but I'm trying to consciously upload more and get some more sort of seasonal kind of items. I got the merch. So last time I showed you the gorgeous cup, and I only had 2 of my postcards last time, but I've got all 5 of them now. How cool are these? Look at them. So that's the free pattern you get, actually, the gloves, the Fair Isle gloves. That is one of my favourite patterns, one of my best-selling patterns, actually. So I liken it to the Ranunculus because it looks like the Ranunculus, but it is in fact a vintage pattern. This one, which is a nice sort of spring yellow colour, like what I'm wearing today. This one, which is a gorgeous Eastery, flowery kind of sweater, and this one. So all of those are available as patterns to buy. And also this one you can buy. Have I don't think I've added it to the shop. I probably will in the winter time. But if you want this one for free, then sign up to my mailing list and you will get the glove pattern for free. But these are the postcards. So you could buy these as a set of 5, and there's a slight discount if you get all 5 together, or you can just buy them as individual postcards. And these are great for like sending little notes to people. Like if you pop round to someone's house and they're not in, you could just write a little note, came round today, hope to see you soon, something like that. Or if you give them a birthday present or whatever, you can write a little note to people. So yeah, I just thought they were a bit of fun. And I'll be adding more designs as the year goes on, sort of more seasonal designs. So these are much more spring ones, apart from the glove one, which is quite wintry, isn't it? So I'll add sort of summer, autumn and winter ones as well, as and when those seasons come up. So yeah, they're quite fun. And so with the fulfillment company that I use, you get discount for ordering samples of your product. But you can only order 3 samples a month. So, and each postcard was 1 sample. So it took a couple of months for all the various designs to come through. So I'm looking at other products to break out. And I might do a cup with these on, because my other cup was quite popular. So thank you so much for anyone who's ordered these, by the way. It's really, really appreciated, and I'm so excited that you actually enjoy them. And if you do buy them, please send me photos. I'd love to see them in use. Yeah, and it's just wonderful that you've supported me, so thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. And yeah, I just love these. They're so much fun. I've already got tea all over this one. Is it this one? Maybe not. One of them. I've 2 sets of these because I also placed an order on my website to check that everything went through okay, because the great thing with the fulfillment company is that they teach you how to do everything. But once I get an order, they don't actually like tell you what to do. So I was like, oh my God, are they actually like sending emails to people? Like, because it goes directly to the customer. It doesn't go through me and my house. Like it goes, your order goes to another company and then they fulfill it directly to you. I don't like have any contact or point of contact with them, so I don't know what's going on basically. So I made an order to make sure that everything went through okay and that they were communicating with customers and it was all good. So I ordered my own postcards, and actually they came quicker than the samples came through. But anyway, so yeah, it's a nice quick delivery, which is good, because the fulfillment or the printing centre is in Latvia, I think. So yeah, I was quite pleasantly surprised at how quick the process was when you make a direct order to them. So everything went through okay with that. And yeah, I just wanted to check to make sure that they were doing everything properly, basically. But yeah, postcards, and there is a mug at the moment, but I'm thinking of doing a mug with one of these on. So there is a slightly cheaper mug that doesn't have a coloured handle or coloured inside. It's just a plain white mug. I was thinking that these might look quite nice on those because it would be less busy. So I might experiment with that. But other products, working on a blanket design, and maybe some pillows or some cushions. It'd be quite nice to have like this on a cushion. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? I think so anyway. So I'm working, it's only the 5th of March today. So I'm working on what my 3 samples are for March, because then I have to wait a whole month for more new samples, unless I buy them full price, because the sample ones are slightly discounted. But which is why I think they like restrict them to like 3 a month. But anyway, if you have like a product you think we should do, like I was thinking maybe a water bottle might be quite cool with this one. That'd be really cool, wouldn't it? Have a water bottle with vintage patterns on. What else do they have? They have blankets. They have like Sherpa lined blankets. So like they have just a plain fleece blanket, or they have like a lined fleecy, what's it called? Like sheep wool, just curly stuff. Sherpa? Is that what it's called? I don't know, but they have like 2 grades of blankets. One, the lined one is like slightly more expensive. So let me know your preference. What else do they have? Well, they have like t-shirts and hoodies, but you know, we're into vintage glamour. Do we really go for hoodies? I do have a hoodie that I was wearing in my last video that has my dog on. That's the only reason that I bought it, because I could get my dog embroidered on it. So are we really into hoodies? Like I don't think this would work on a hoodie as an embroidered hoodie. I think it would just wouldn't work. It'd be too busy. So maybe just my logo sitting pretty knits on a hoodie or a t-shirt. I don't know. Are you into that kind of stuff? I'm not personally, which is why I don't like think of that kind of thing. But if you would like that, let me know. What else do they have? Yeah, they have a lot of like sports kind of stuff. They had like camouflage stuff that I get their marketing emails and I was like, yeah, but camouflage doesn't really work for what I want. But there we go. But yeah, what else do they do? Oh yeah, like notebooks. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? Like your knitting notebooks. That would be a really good idea actually, with a nice vintage pattern on the front. Let's choose a different one. This one would be quite cool. With that on a notebook. What else? They have like prints, so instead of having it as a postcard, you could have it as a print for like artwork on your wall. So if you want that, let me know. Yeah, maybe I'll do a poll later in the week or next week for what should be the next merch item. But like, I'm really enjoying designing the merch items. I don't know why it's bringing me so much joy, but yeah, so I'm designing a blanket with some vintage patterns on, but that's quite a big project, so that might take a little bit longer. What else? Yeah, so that's it really for the merch side of things. Again, thank you so much for your orders. It's so exciting when an order comes through. But if you do want to order some postcards or a nice coffee or tea mug, then I will pop the details down below. What else? So knitting wise, I haven't done too much knitting because I've been sort of throwing myself into merch and getting patterns scanned and put into PDFs and up onto the website. That's been taking a lot of time, and also then doing social media posts for each individual design. That's quite time consuming. So my evenings have been spent sort of collapsed in a heap on the sofa rather than knitting. I have done a little bit of knitting. Oh, I got some more of my chenille yarn for my blanket. So it was far too tiny, my blanket, and I ran out of yarn. So I've gone back into the borders and made them wider because it was just a little bit too short and a little bit not wide enough for me as like I suppose I'm going for more of a single bed size rather than a baby blanket, because the original inspiration was a friend was making a baby blanket out of a white colour chenille and did this basket weave, and it was really pretty. And I thought, oh, I'd like to have a little go at that. So the sort of middle of the blanket started out as that, and then I've just added on these sides, and I've made the tops even longer, so the mitered corners go up to about here, and then I did just straight stocking stitch just to get a little bit more length, just so that it covers my body, so that I'm nice and snuggly on the sofa. And my dog really likes this soft fabric. And then just to finish off the edging, I'm adding a little lacy border just to make it a little bit more designery, more styled, shall we say, than just like a boring kind of stitchy blanket. So I've got this lace trim going on. So I have got I've started sewing it on so that I know how much I need to knit. I've got nearly halfway around, I suppose. I don't know. We've got 2 sides done and nearly three sides done. That's grown a lot. So yeah, I'll just join those together in a normal mattress stitch when I get to the end of that. But that's the lace trim. So this was, I think I got this from a free pattern that I found online for a baby blanket design. So I just thought that was really pretty as just a border, just to make it a little bit more interesting. But I had run out of yarn, so I contacted the shop that I got it from in Bath, which was Wool, and they luckily had some more. So I got 3 more balls of yarn, and I think that will just about get me to the end of that lace trim, and so that I have enough to sew it up. So all in all, I know I got 3 of the blue. I think I bought 2 of the taupe when I was there, so I've then got another 3, so it's about 5 of the taupe and 3 of the blue in all for that blanket. And they are in, I presume they're 100-gram balls, but it's Rico Chenille Love. I'll pop the details of the yarn that I've used down below because it's so soft. It's lovely. So if you've got any baby people you need to knit for, babies you need to knit for, that's what they are, then that's a really good choice because you can stick that in the washing machine, no problem. So that's that. I also started a swatch from the booklet I showed you last time called Tween Seasons. There's a pattern called Leaves and Trellis that I really liked and wanted to knit. And so I did a little swatch just to see how it comes up. And I am a reformed swatcher, guys, because I always used to it's the most boring part really, isn't it, doing a swatch, because you just want to get on with your knit. When you get a new project, it's really exciting and you just want to dive straight in and get on with knitting it. But I am a reformed swatcher because of doing my sweater knitting pattern course, how to design a sweater pattern course. Because of doing that course, it really taught me the importance of swatching, and like everybody knows it's important to swatch to get the right tension and get the right size, but it's not until you actually knit something in completely the wrong size that you appreciate, you know, how important gauge swatches are. So I used to do gauge swatches like the smallest possible, just to like 20 stitches, maybe 20 by 20, maybe not even that, like 20 stitches by 10, just to get a feel of what the gauge is. And then I wondered why things don't fit me. But anyway, but now I am into doing really big gauge swatches because, as you can see from this, it is slightly bigger at the top than it is, or I suppose that I knitted from here upwards, so it's slightly different tension down here than it is up here. So it's good to do a big swatch so you can sort of go right into the middle of the pattern to get a more representative gauge of what it's going to be like when you knit the actual sweater. So I've done a nice big swatch just to see what the pattern's like, and I love it. Look at it, it's so pretty. So this bit is the trellisy part, and you are essentially, you slip 1 stitch, knit 2, and then the slip stitch you hook over the 2 that you've just knitted. So it gives this beautiful pattern. You see it? It's very much like a trellis. It reminds me of that like basket weaving kind of pattern that is on like garden furniture. That like they create circles when out of like all the different rods of weeds that are going in all different directions. That's what it reminds me of. And then this bit in the middle is the leaves bit, which is a fabulous little design. Really great. And this was I guess it wasn't really that tricky to do, but vintage patterns don't often have charts. They have written instructions, and actually it's interesting, in that booklet, the Tween Seasons booklet, the only designs that have charts are the Fair Isle ones, which actually I would have thought the lace ones needed charting more. But it wasn't like common practice back then to have charts. It's much more of a modern thing that every single pattern has a chart for the stitches that you're going to be using. And I follow patterns more from the chart rather than written instructions. I find written instructions, the way my brain works is much more visual. I'm a visual learner, so or a doer. I learn from actually doing it rather than like reading about it or whatever. So the first thing I did is I did a little chart because it was a lot easier for me. But actually it was really, really simple once you get into it. So the difficulty was like breaking up. The pattern was written all along. Like you've got your central leaf pattern and you've got the trellis either side. So it was written like as you're going along the pattern. So I had to first of all split up each section and make sure that each section only had the stitches that it needed for that particular pattern. And then I could, once I've charted it, I could do my little gauge swatch. And actually it was quite simple. The written instructions make it look really complicated, but actually it's not. It's really simple. And so this one is only complicated on the right side row. On the wrong side row, on the purl row, it's just purling. This one was, the middle one was slightly more intricate because it's got the sort of leaf pattern, the stemmy bit. You had to pay attention to the different stitches. So, but anyway, other than that, it's been a really enjoyable little swatch to do. And this means I can get a really accurate gauge and make a sweater that fits me, because the pattern is for, I think it's a 34 to 36 inch bust, which that's quite ambiguous. Like 2 inches is, is it going to be really tight on a 36 inch? Is it going to be really loose on a 34 inch? Like, I was a bit dubious about their sizing basically. So I want to work out my own stitch count to make it so it's like more of a fitted, because I prefer that more fitted look rather than a loose baggy one. But yeah, it's perfect for the spring because it's got lacy holes. So if it's warm, it'll be a nice sort of airy kind of fabric. But actually it's also quite thick as well. So where the trellis is, that's quite a thick fabric. So it's perfect again for spring because it does get chillier in the evenings and then first thing in the morning, and also if the sun goes behind a cloud. So yeah, perfect for that time of year, and also for autumn as well. Haven't forgot you Antipodeans or Southern Hemispheres. It's perfect for autumn as well, and I think this would look beautiful in like a rusty orange colour. Be really nice, right? Especially the leaves, be like autumn leaves. So yeah, that's that. So if you want to knit this one, it's from the Tween Seasons pattern booklet, which has 12 patterns in it. 6 are women's wear, 2 are men's wear, and the rest are children's and babies. But also it's available as a single pattern as well on my website. So if you only want to do just like 1 or 2 designs, you can do that. And I've also figured out how to do a discount. So if you buy 3 patterns, you get 20% discount on all the patterns. So that's all the single patterns. I will do a booklet deal as well, but they've only got like 1 or 2 booklets at the moment. There's not that many to like do a bundle of them with. So as and when I add more booklets to the website, I will do a similar discount for those as well. So it's only on the single patterns, the discount at the moment. If you buy 3, you get 20% off. So yeah, that's that beautiful one. And I love this yarn. This is the Stylecraft Special 4-ply, and it's acrylic, but it's really soft. It's really nice, and it knitted up really nicely as well. So I will let you know how that wears as well, to see if it's a good durable kind of yarn. But at the moment, I'm impressed. I'm liking that. So that's that. Then I have just yesterday cast on a project. So I'm not going to show you it because it is going to become my second pattern release. So I am working on my Helen sweater still. So it's with this lady who is a specialist, or like an expert in knitting patterns at the moment. She's had it a couple of weeks, I think. So whilst she is sort of working her magic on that, I have been like thinking what my next pattern will be, because sweater patterns take quite a long time. I'd say probably, well, it takes me a long time. The next one will probably take a good 6 months to develop, and that's because you have to test knit it, and that obviously takes time because people need time to be able to knit it. So like 3 to 4 months of that is just test knitting, and my time doing a sample as well. So, you know, releasing 2 patterns a year, that's quite good going, actually. You're not going to make your millions doing that, are you? You're not going to make a living out of that. So I'm thinking about shorter, smaller projects that I can fit in between sweater patterns to, you know, try and bring something new out, as well as make a little bit of money, hopefully. Now I'm unemployed, or now I'm a businesswoman. So I've been looking in my vintage patterns, and the perfect kind of projects are like accessories. So things like hats, bags, gloves, scarves, those kind of like smaller projects that also take less yarn for people. So it's slightly cheaper than like a sweater pattern worth of yarn. So I have chosen my next pattern, and I'm working through it, and I've cast it on yesterday. So I'm like filming behind the scenes stuff for that, for when that comes out. But yeah, so things are progressing, even though they're not progressing very quickly on the Helen sweater. They are slowly but surely getting worked through. And whilst I'm waiting for that pattern to come back to me, I'm getting on with other patterns that I could be doing. So lots of things are going on behind the scene that I can't show you yet, but are exciting. But I think that's pretty much everything. Oh no, one more thing. I did some charity shop shopping the other day, which was quite exciting. I got some bargains. Let me get the thing. So the first exciting charity shop item I got was this beautiful basket. It's just a really like little, I want to show you what's in there. This is my new pattern project bag, so I don't want to show you exactly what's in there. But it's just a really useful little basket for yarn. And then the other thing I got was this gorgeous little vanity case, which I thought would be perfect in my office for just getting rid of like flyaway balls of yarn that somehow find their way onto the floor, and you don't know where they've come from, and you don't know where to put them. Isn't that cute? It's still got the original lining. It's got the original key for the lock. Little pockets that you can put extra yarn balls in. I'll show you here. And that was £8.50, or was it £7.50? Might have been £7.50, and the basket was £8.50. One or the other. So yeah, I had to stack that up just to store my yarn in. Yeah, so I think that's that for February. It was short and sweet, because it's a short and sweet month. So I hope you've had lots of nice things to be knitting. Let me know what you're knitting in the comments. I'd love to know what you're knitting. And if you've bought one of my patterns, which one have you bought and what are you knitting? Yeah, so that's it for this month. I will see you next month.